So apparently it's February and this is the month of love. I don't even know why I said that. But apparently it's that month where everybody's all up in their business trying to, hey, Valentine is coming. Where's your boyfriend? Your girlfriend? Whatever shit you guys are into. Well, I'm not even going to be pissed because I, for one, I have never, ever gotten a Val's Day gift. And I don't know, at first I thought something was wrong. But the truth is, I have amazing people, I have amazing friends around me. And I don't know, I have never given. So, give and you shall receive, right? So I think that's what is working against me. So this year I plan on giving certain people, but it depends, my guy, because money is everything. So if I ain't got money for that shit, then y'all just gotta wait till next year, because I ain't going bankrupt for no nigga. And when I mean nigga, I just don't mean guys. I mean like everybody in general. Well, you're welcome to 2016 podcast. You're welcome to... Why am I happy? You're welcome to the 2016 podcast. Okay, hi. What's up? What's jiggy? What's smooth? Everything's smooth. Well, my name is Shadi, and you are welcome to the 2016 podcast. On today's episode, we are going to be looking at something that is very interesting. Now, you all know that we're in February, the month of love. I like to call it the month of red. I really don't know why I call it the month of red. I mean, in my head it makes sense, but really it doesn't. But yeah, let's just dive in, alright? Do you mind? I don't mind though, do you mind? Well, today's episode we are going to be looking at red flags. And there are two main things I'm going to say before before going into today's episode rather. The first thing is, we have to understand what red flags are. Red flags are basically warning signs, okay? These are signs to look out for before, I think I'll put it this way, before going intimate or before entering into a very serious relationship. Doesn't have to be something sexual or romantic. It has to be anything that has to do with the relationship, So, this basically points out to let me tell, oh my shit days. This will let me tell you that every relationship has, or before getting into any relationship, you need to watch out for certain red flags, whether it's a work relationship, a sexual relationship, a church relationship, whatever kind of relationship you're going to get into, even you're just looking for friendships, you still got to watch out for red flags, all right? Now, the second thing I'm going to also say is it's important to know that not all red flags should automatically equate to the end of a relationship, all right? Now, there are some red flags like I have come to understand, or I have come to believe. We are all humans and we all have flaws, yeah? So which means we all have red flags. One way or another, there are some things that people look at and they're like, oh, no way, I'm not dealing with this. But other people look at it like, you know what, I can deal with this shit. I can deal with this crap, Come on here, baby, let's be friends. Ha, 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 ha. Well, basically, that's what I meant those are my two main points, actually. So let's dive into today's episode. So we're going to be looking at 5 main red flags. I don't want to call them main red flags, but 5 red flags that are really common, and I don't want to still call them common, but 5 red flags that I have come to interact with, come to meet, come to understand. I swear down, guys, I don't even know what I mean by come to understand. But the first one here we're going to be looking at is anger issues. Now, the very amazing thing about anger is an expressive emotion, and it's expressive to the point that everybody gets angry, all right? But now, when you have a partner that is constantly getting angry over little things, over things that you could easily discuss, over things that you could just easily mash out and everything is fine, then baby, that's a red flag. Okay, remember what I first said is everybody gets angry, all right? And I also said if your partner is constantly getting angry, trust me, you don't want to be in a relationship where there's so much anger, there is so much annoyance, because it's going to drain you. Okay, let me give you an example. You go to a restaurant and you place your order and they come back with your partner's order wrong. And now there are two ways he could handle this, yeah? He could say, oh no, I didn't order this, I ordered for this, so can you change this up or something? And then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, we'll do that right now. Or he could say, what the hell is wrong with you? Is this what I ordered? Can you imagine? Why did I say? But he just starts flaring up, okay? Now he could have gone with the first way. But no. Your partner decided to go with the second way. I once attended, it's not a seminar, it was like a religious gathering about relationships. And the man said, if your partner is quick to get pissed outside, but has never gotten pissed with you, my love, is a matter of time. All right. So I think in relationships, you also have to look at the ways they treat people, other people, not just necessarily you. All right. So you have to understand that anger issues are really deep and they can escalate into violence. They can escalate into physical abuse. All right. With anger issues, you have things like emotional abuse, mental abuse, and it can lead to physical abuse. Now, anger issue does not automatically, they have anger management classes, right? So your partner can take anger management classes. But if you're the kind of person that just wants to do bad energy, stay far away. Make you stay far away. Just give me something. I really don't need the lyrics. But if you're that kind of person that can't deal, it's totally fine. But you have to understand that there are anger management classes. Now, with anger, it's, I think anger, one thing about anger is, or why most people don't even want to listen to the other part of the classes. When I mean the anger management class, is because anger takes a while to build up. Okay, so for you to have an uncontrollable anger, it has to be something over a long period of time that you have gotten to build up. Okay, so and they feel like, oh, it's a lot of stress to start dropping. But whatever works for you. Okay, I believe I want to say every relationship is worth fighting for, but I think when it comes to something that is, when it comes to an abusive relationship, me or Mo, I don't know for you, but anger issue is something that you should definitely watch out for if you are getting into a relationship, whatever kind of relationship you are getting into. Anger issue is something that you should definitely watch out for. I remember what I said. I said if your partner is constantly getting angry over little things, if you guys kind of have sensitive conversations, if you guys kind of have mature conversations without him or her flaring up, then my love, it's a red flag and you really need to address it. All right? Did you hear me? All right, babies. I know you did. The second point here is glorifying the past. Now, I'm going to give you a little story about me and my mom. So growing up, my mom and I, I'm going to give you a little story about my mom and I. So growing up, my mom and I kind of had this really weird relationship. All right, I felt like we just were not palatable. I felt like we're not compatible. I felt like we were always opposites. You understand? Like our relationship was not just straightforward. It wasn't working out. And my mom and I could have an issue like on the 1st of January, and she won't talk about it. I mean, I'll tell her sorry and bounce, but then she'll bring it up again on the 3rd of March. So my mom was that kind of person that always wanted to bring up the past events. You know, she'll be like, you see, this is what I don't like. That was what you did 2 months ago. And I'm like, nigga, I have forgotten that I even did this 2 months ago. All right. And I got to a point and I'm like, you know what? See, woman, if I piss you off, yes, my loves, I talk to my mom like that, woman. I was like, see, when next I piss you off, you let me know ASAP so we could trash it out. You know, we could be better people. And I mean, that session of me and my mom having that conversation led to so many tears, you know, so many emotional damage. But it was really emotional for me because I really do love my mom and I feel like she can't be doing that shit with me, you know. We just have to trash it out. And right now, my mom is the kind of person that if you piss her off ASAP, she's letting you know. At times I find that annoying because I'm like, Huma, calm down. All right. And then she'll be like, are you not the one that told me? But I'm like, you know, it's cool. All right. And I feel like that is one thing everybody needs in a relationship. I was on Twitter one day and a girl said, or I think it was a guy, well, somebody tweeted, why did I say tweeted? somebody tweeted and he or she said, communication is not what makes a relationship survive. It is effective communication. And I think I really do understand her, because communication is why she put effective communication is the act behind acting. Oh my days. The act behind acting what you've heard. All right, acting upon what you've heard, rather. It's more like saying, okay, like how I told my mom that you know what, this is what I don't like, and then she's like, okay, I've heard you, but she doesn't change. Now we've communicated. Okay, I've told her what she needs to do, but she hasn't done it. Now, the step my mom took by actually addressing every issue as it's arising is what I call effective communication. All right, so you have to be with a partner that is willing to effectively communicate your flaws, your faults to you. All right. And without this, a relationship cannot grow. I've had relationships, I've had situations where I'm like, you know what, I personally hate addressing issues. Like when it comes to me sitting down with people, telling them, oh, this is how you hurt me, or this is how you hurt me, blah, blah, blah. I really don't like doing it. But I've come to realize that if you don't handle it that time, you're going to build up on distance, which is going to let you burst out. Okay, so the person might have done something very, very tiny, but then when you burst out, you're bursting out on all the 500 things they've done. And the person's like, are you kidding me? Because in their head, the only thing they pissed you off is for that little thing they did that day. All right, so you have to be a partner that is willing to always address your issues, address them as they are arising. Now, there's some people that are just very annoying in the sense that they do like one bad thing like 500 times. I'm so sorry if you have that kind of partner, okay? And this is the point of talking things out. And if you feel like it's not working, you be like, babe, it's not working. Is it working? It's working. Is it working? It's not working. All right, so these are things you really need to trash out and address in a relationship for it to be healthy, for it to work out, for it to be not perfect, but like for it to be nice. All right, but you don't want to be with somebody that is always glorifying the past. Oh, 2 months ago you did this, 3 years ago you did that, and you're like, are you mad or something? Are you mad or something? You understand? So it's really something to look out for. I mean, this can be handled by effectively communicating with the person, just like I did with my mom. All right. Yeah, babies. Now the other point I have here is no boundary. Now, I'm not really going to talk much on no boundary because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there should be a little bit of no boundary with your partner. And please, when I say no boundary, I am not talking about exchanging your Twitter password, your Insta password. Nah, I'm not talking about Okay, look, I think I am, yeah. No boundary in the sense of your partner becomes a dictator. Your partner feels like he or she has total control over your life. These are things you need to look out for. And no boundary, I feel like people that get into such relationships, their partner has a deep-rooted childhood issue. All right, but if you get into a relationship and you want zero, like you want total no boundary, okay, you want to exchange your Insta passwords, Twitter passwords, ATM pins, you want them to know every little detail about you, please know that this has to be consensual in the sense that it has to be that both parties have agreed upon it. All right, relationships are smooth. I feel like relationships should be like heaven. All right, so they should be your heaven on earth. They should be your amazing point. There should be that point where you feel relaxed. All right, so you should run your relationship how you want to run it. If you feel like, okay, babe, this is the line, we're drawing the line here, then he or she should respect that line. And if you're like, no, if you're with me, I want you to know everything. I want you to have my Insta password. I want you to know my phone password. I mean, you could reply my text. You could do this. You can't do that. All right. But you should also understand that in every relationship, there should be a place of trust. All right. So you want someone that trusts you, someone that understands you, someone that respects your boundaries, if you do intend on having boundaries in that relationship. All right. That was why I said I wasn't going to talk much on boundaries. Now you know why. Now you guys know why. All right. Now the fourth point here is insult or belittling your efforts. I think this goes on without saying that a whole lot of people get into relationships, and what might seem like a joke to one partner is an insult to another partner. And this really has to be addressed. Like, for example, my sister hates when you insult her. Okay, when you call her things like stupid, idiot, ode. You know, if you're in Nigeria, you know ode. Yeah. And I personally feel like she wouldn't want to be in a relationship with a guy that uses such terms on her. Terms. And so I don't know what's wrong with me. My neighbor's dog is barking and it's so annoying. Well, they're using such terms on her. All right. So these are things you have to look out for. All right. Now, if you're with a partner, I mean, your partner should be a support system. So you do not want to also be with someone that is always belittling your efforts. All right. You might have an idea, and the idea doesn't seem like much. I mean, it doesn't even seem like something that could fly. It doesn't even seem like something that could pass. Like, if you have the idea at night, it doesn't look like something that will go into the daytime. All right. Now, if your partner is the kind of person that be like, oh, babe, that shit is trash. I mean, just, you know what? Just, I don't know, just get a life. All right. No, you want the kind of partner that's going to be like, probably you didn't construct this. Okay, probably this is not properly constructed. Maybe there's a way you could put it, or there's a way you could put it. Or why not go for this idea? Indirectly, your partner has told you, this is not going to fly. This is not going to work. Why not do this? All right. So you want a partner that is supporting, a partner that is willing to look at, oh, these are the plans you have. Yeah, let's see what we can work on. All right. You want a partner that appreciates you. All right. Now, if you're the kind of person that you don't mind all those little things like, oh, Moya, I need yours. It's really good with you. I mean, it's even none of my business, but like, if it works for you, as long as it works for you, I mean, it's your relationship. You are the creator of it. All right, so you decide what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But just understand that you want to be with somebody who appreciates you. All right. First, I know some of you are going to be like, but Sade, we have to first love ourselves. My love, you have to first love yourself. Yeah. But there are some. I've come to understand that. I've come to understand the importance of self-love, and I'm going to say this. I've come to understand the importance of self-love, and I've also come to understand the importance of another person loving you. Now, you know how we don't have only just one person on earth. We have like 2, 3, 4, 5. We have I think we have billion, right? I don't know what the world census is like right now, but like we have a whole lot of people. Now, I feel like the Creator has a reason for bringing more than one person on earth. It's because we all need human interaction. We all need human connection, all right? So as important as self-love is, it's also very vital to be with somebody that loves and appreciates you the same way. All right. So when I say things like, don't be with someone that insults and belittles your efforts, I mean it. So I don't want you guys coming into my DM and be like, Shade, the man I'm with, the women I'm with, this babies, you've listened to this. All right. So take the right step. All right. You could easily trash this out with your partner and be like, I don't like how you talk to me, or I don't like the fact that you feel like my ideas are always stupid. I mean, you could always construct it and, advise me on what to do. If your partner listens, hallelujah. If he or she don't listen, hallelujah. You move on, all right? You have brains, don't you? I believe you do, all right? So we're going to be going to our last point here, and our last point here is lovers give. Okay, now I know you guys are like, Sade, lovers? I thought we were addressing all forms of relationship. Well, yes, we are still addressing all forms of relationship, but I couldn't find any better point heading to give it. So I had to give it lovers give, all right? So please bear with me. Just follow my train. And when you read the destination, you're going to understand, all right? So why did I say lovers give? I was at, we had a church program last year, December, and the man was talking about giving, offerings, and everything. And he said something important. He said lovers give, yeah, and he made reference to how Jesus died for the world. God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son, right? Lovers give. God loved us so much, he gave his son. Now, this is where I'm driving at, so please stay on the train, all right? when you are with somebody that appreciates you, that likes you, that loves you, that cherishes you, you give the person. All right. And I'm not talking about money. I mean, some of you here give and you're like, hey, yes, money. My babies, I'm not talking about money. You have to be with somebody that gives you his or her time, energy, attention, resources, space, their time, basically. All right. Now, as much as valuable as money is, gift items and everything, if you are with somebody that doesn't give you time, attention and energy, it's a very, very huge red flag. If you're with the kind of person that feels like every single thing on earth can be solved with money and gifts, oh, my baby's pissed at me, don't worry, I'll just get her some diamond pearls. Oh, my baby's diamond pearls, okay, I don't know if they exist, but like they do. Yeah, baby, I want that. My baby's pissed. Oh, don't worry, I'll fly her to Dubai today. My baby's pissed. Oh, don't worry, I'll do this shit with money. My baby, though, that's a very huge red flag. Okay, but please, don't get me wrong. If you are the kind of person that is only after monetary, money and gifts, then yeah, this is not a red flag for you. Okay, this is a God-sent relationship to you. But I want you guys to follow me in the sense that you've seen those movies where the woman's husband is really wealthy and she's like, and her friends are like, oh my God, your husband is so wealthy. And then she's like, yeah, we are. But like, he hasn't touched me in months. We don't go out on dates. We don't even talk. All right. Every relationship needs to be on a scale. It needs to be balanced out properly. All right. So if you're in a relationship that your man don't really care, your man don't really, he doesn't even bother, but he just feels like once I give her money, she's good. Like, it's good for me. Now, that's a very huge red flag. Remember, I said, if that's what you're into, if you're into the money, if you're in for the money and only the money, then my baby, it's not a red flag for you. All right? So just know what you want. Like what I said, I think I said this earlier, that what is a red flag to me might not be a red flag to you. All right? So for me, this is a red flag. I just don't want someone that spends his or her money on me. I like trust of Dubai. I like diamond pearls. But I do also want someone that gives me time, energy, attention. These things are really vital. For some other person, they're like, that's what I want to use time to. That's what I want to use attention to. I bet give me the money. So whatever works for you is really, really fine. Anger. We're just gonna go we're just going to run through what we've spoken about. So yes, anger issues. That's one thing you really need to look out for. Glorifying the past. As really sick as this is, you really need to watch out for this. No boundary, insult and belittling your efforts. And last one is love is give. I'm going to leave you with this word of advice from one of our very own in Nigeria, Tiwa Savage. I don't come this life to suffer. Yeah, babies, that's the advice. Don't mind me. Every relationship deserves an effort. But when you see that your effort is yielding zero fruit, then I think it's time to really leave and, let him or her focus on developing and coming out from whatever issue or whatever thing they're going through. But every relationship does deserve, a second push. It depends on the red flag, though. It depends on the red flag, though. Well, from my end, it's bye. And thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Remember that I love you. That I really do love you guys a whole lot. I love you. Yeah, from my end is love, peace, and prosperity. And I do pray that the Lord God grants us all longevity. Bye, guys. Thank you very much for listening to today's episode. Now, please remember that you can always drop your feedback and your comments on our Instagram at the 2016 podcast or on our Twitter at the 2016 podcast one. You can also send us an email. That's the 2016 podcast at gmail.com. Do not forget to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment, to share again, to drop your feedback. Now, if you also want to donate to the 2016 podcast financially, go to our Instagram page, and in our bio, you're going to see our link tree. I wanted to say link tree link, Does that make sense? We're going to see our link tree. Click on it and scroll to the last part where you see our financial section. You can always donate to us using our Yurr link or our Patreon link. Now remember that every donation counts in the 2016 podcast, and this is to ensure that we bring out better quality and better products for you all. Now from my end is love, peace, and prosperity, and I do pray that the Lord will grant us all longevity. I love you guys.